Welcome back, explorers. I'm the developer of Patch Quest, an upcoming action roguelike game set on an abandoned jungle island. As an explorer, it's your job to capture patches of land so that you can catalogue the island's wildlife. Patchlantis is a dangerous place, but remember that you can tame and ride all of the monsters that live there. And when riding a monster, you can use all of its powers in combat. November has been another busy month, and I've managed to add 4 more brand new habitats to the game. These changes have already been deployed to the public demo, which means you can try them out for yourself right now. There's a link in the description box below. And in this video, I'm going to give a quick overview of each new area. There's plenty to cover, so let's not waste any time.
Good morning. Welcome to the serene and relaxing Zen Garden zone. While you're here, why not dip your toes into the crystal clear water while you watch the cherry trees bloom?
The defining feature of this zone is the extra tall grass, which makes it harder to see what you're doing. You can see the tops of obstacles poking out of the grass, and you can also make out the rough outlines of monsters, but you're still at a disadvantage. Watch out for phantoms, haunted lamps that occasionally shoot flames your way. And remember to make use of smokera trees. They can grant the hidden buff, which temporarily makes you invisible to monsters. You'll reveal yourself the next time you shoot. Many of the monsters in this area can also turn invisible, which makes it an easy place to get ambushed. But do be aware that the grass will still rustle as they walk around. Now let's travel to the Glacier Zone, where it's winter all year round. The water here has frozen into solid ice, and it's very slippery, so be careful not to slide right into danger. These gooberries can help with that. They release a thick sap that makes you sticky, and this in turn will make you immune to the effects of ice. Of course, being sticky isn't all upside. You'll also get stuck to any solid obstacles you touch, so be wary of that. Yawning glories can inflict the new drowsy ailment. It's a dangerous one because it makes you fall asleep for a few seconds, and this makes it likely that you'll be hit a second time. Fortunately, some monsters have defense skills that can help keep you safe until you wake up. Be sure to look out for ice geysers too. And to top things off, you can push these big snolders around by shooting them. They can provide you with cover in a pinch. The fossil zone is like a window into the past, containing many plants and animals that were long thought to be extinct. Discovering such a place is every explorer's dream, assuming they don't get eaten in the process, of course. These gigantic termounds are pretty durable and can't be destroyed, but they will release some angry insects whenever they get shot. And these flycatchers are a home for prehistoric mosquitoes. Don't let them bite you. Most curious of all, these shrink stools have the amazing ability to make you shrivel up and shrink in size. This makes it easier to slip between the gaps in a flurry of bullets. More research needs to be done so that we can learn how this habitat has escaped the sands of time. And finally, let's travel to the Rust Zone, an area filled with derelict machines. The civilization that built them could clearly harness the power of electricity, but today Patchlantis is abandoned, so they must have left a long time ago. These thunder rods can cool down lightning from the heavens. Maybe they were once used as a source of electricity. These spark coils can pass an electrical current through the air. It's a little bit dangerous, but perhaps they were once used to transmit power across the grid. The ground here is littered with sand mines, which lets us know that they weren't too welcoming to outsiders. You should guide monsters onto these rather than stepping on them yourself. And most threatening of all are these sentries, which stand guard ready to fire at anyone who runs past. It's pretty amazing that they still work after all this time. Where did these people come from, and where did they go? For now, we can only speculate, but maybe someday these secrets will be unraveled. Of course, I couldn't add new habitats without also adding some new monsters, so let's quickly run through all 8 of the newcomers. Shinobos are highly intelligent monsters that can craft their own hunting shuriken. Their Shadow Strike skill also lets them turn invisible while sending another monster to sleep. It's the perfect tool for repositioning. Skeels are adapted for zipping around at high speed on the icy slopes. They barely ever stop moving. They have the power to roll up a big snowball that gradually gains in size until it splits open. Shorter pods have evolved short, stumpy necks that help them eat low-lying ferns. They're a master of grass-type moves. Leaf blades can make targets itchy from a distance, and they can also kick up a defensive ring of mine cones. Umbrellifish have the ability to fold and unfold themselves depending on the weather. While folded up, their hitbox is quite a lot smaller. They also have the shocking ability to summon their own storm clouds. And to top it all off, they can float right over terrain hazards. Magilians are elusive monsters that prefer to stay camouflaged in the grass. But when the timing is just right, they can lick with their long, slippery tongues. They can also make targets dizzy, which is perfect for turning the tide in a hectic battle. Fluffulence can grow a warm, woolly coat that keeps them protected from harsh winds. This fur can produce soothing pheromones that send nearby creatures to sleep. And they can even create an extra coating of ice that blocks incoming bullets. Triantulas can produce large amounts of sticky silk for trapping prey and slowing down incoming shots. And as if that wasn't enough, they can summon a band of baby spiders to do their dirty work. Don't get too close. And finally, copras have bright warning marks on their hoods that are supposed to send you a message. They bite. And these bites are highly poisonous, which means you'll want to give them a wide berth. They also have the Heat Seeker skill, which lets them automatically track down and stun their targets. As always, you can mount and ride all of these monsters, and while riding them, you can use all of their skills. So that more or less covers the new additions. Patch Quest now has a total of 12 habitats if you include the starting habitats, which means that each of your runs can now play out pretty differently. There's also now 32 unique monsters to tame and ride. Between them, there's 19 defense skills and 56 different attack skills to try out. And there's now well over 100 different loot types to capture and catalogue. Altogether, that makes quite a lot of content, for now at least. These changes have already been released to the public version of Patch Quest. If you want to try them out, you can download the launcher from the official site, or if you have the launcher already, just open it to receive the update. This will probably be the last update that uses the standalone Patch Quest launcher, because I'll be moving to Steam early next year. Speaking of future plans, I'm now roughly halfway through development phase 3. In the last 2 months, I've roughly doubled the amount of content in the game by adding these new habitats. And for the next 2 months, I'll be shifting gears a little and focusing on the game's progression. It would be really cool to have some kind of skill tree so that you can customize the way you like to play. I'd also like to add some kind of challenge rooms or dungeons to help provide a longer term goal for you to work towards. And I'd also like to add a bunch of smaller mechanics to make the gameplay more exciting and to help with balancing. To be honest, this part of the plan is still a little up in the air, but if you want to keep track of the changes, remember to come join the PatchQuest community Discord server, where I run a daily devlog. Everybody is welcome. You can also follow PatchQuest on Twitter. I won't be releasing any YouTube videos in December, partly so that I can focus on development, and partly so that I can take a little bit of time off for Christmas. But in January, I'll be going back to my regular schedule of 2 videos every month, so be sure to sub if you want to see them. That's all for now. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.